How's it going, guys? So today I wanted to go over the topic of quick peeking, which is a topic I wanted to go over for a really long time. Quick peeking or shoulder peeking was originally used in CSGO. It basically just makes the enemy think you're about to peek, baiting them into firing their weapon. This can give away their position and make them very vulnerable if you were to re-peek. Quick peeking can also let you see if an area is clear without exposing your whole body for a long time. This is a really important technique to learn in CSGO since you don't have drones in CSGO like you do in Siege. But it can still make it a very important technique to learn in Siege. So the question I wanted to answer was, when should you quick peek? Quick peeking is a way of gathering information and is a lot more risky than just droning out an area. So if you have a drone and you have time to drone, quick peeking isn't really necessary. So in this example, I'm in a 1v1, diffuser is planted, so I have very limited time. I have zero info, and I'm being spotted. So the IQ gave away her positions both times I used the shoulder peek. So especially after missing both of my peeks, I'm sure she was having a lot of different things run through her mind, like she has less bullets now. Does she have enough bullets if I re-peek again? Will I shoulder peek a third time? Lots of things are going through her mind at this point, so her confidence is probably slightly lowered. But if you shoulder peek, then it should be a last resort, sort of if you have no other way of gathering information and you don't have the time, like in this case. So now that we know when to quick peek, let's go over how to quick peek. So what we're going to do here is, you can see we got my buddy Rook over there holding an angle from the hookah rotate, which most people do. They hold an angle from hookah rotate into aqua. And so if I'm not sure where someone's peeking from me, I can come up and, just do a quick peek. I could see him there, but, you can see, like, to make a good quick peek, you only want them to see your shoulder. If you can see them, then they can see your head. And if they can see your head, they can kill you. So usually you just want them to be able to see barely anything of you, just enough to make them want to pre-fire. Just like right there, I can't see him, but he's able to see me. Even if I'm like this, you can see he can see probably most of my body, even my head. He can kill me there. So it's really important that you practice this maybe a little bit when you're warming up in T-hunts. Just like get into angles, so that you're not over peeking it. So we're gonna go over the keys to quick peeking. So to quick peek, as you can see, I got my keyboard on screen now. You can see it. So there's two different types of quick peeking. There's like the full-on swing, where you go in from one lane to the other lane. So the reason that some people do this, it's been made really popular by people like Bolo. You call it like the Bolo peek. So the pros of this, it would be when you're in a lane like this, by the time so you go from one lane to the other, by the time that you're vertical, going in between the lanes, you're already at full speed leaning. So like if I'm sitting vertical like this, and I go to lean, your head accelerates to the left when you peek, right? But when you go from one side all the way to the other, it's already fully accelerated by the time you're up straight. So to peek like this, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want your middle finger pressing E. You're going to start like that. Obviously, it's going to be the opposite for if you're peeking an angle on the peeking right instead of peeking left like I am. So you're going to start leaning to the right by pressing E. And then you're going to press Q with your middle finger. And you're going to press A with your ring finger, like that. And then you're going to reverse it by pressing, you're going to be pressing D with your pointer finger and E with your middle finger. So it goes like this, you're just going, your pointer finger and your ring finger are just going back between A and D like that, while your middle finger is going back between E and Q. So it's just like that. It takes some practice to getting used to, I definitely like started hitting keys I didn't mean to hit, but it doesn't take that long to figure out how to do it. I would say it takes much more time, learning the situations to use it in, than actually learning how to do the bolo peek, as I call it. So the next one, this is the one that I use all the time. In lots of my videos, you can see me use this peek, which is just like the one side lane like that. So the reason I like doing this one a little bit more is just because I feel like I have more control of how far I peek over, opposed to the bolo peek, because the bolo peek you're doing a lot more side to side movement, whereas this one, it feels a little bit more manageable to me, just because there are a lot less buttons that you're pressing. It's a little less chaotic. But how I do this one is you're going to be pressing Q and A at the same time, so middle finger Q, ring finger A, and then pointer finger D, middle finger Q. So A and Q, Q and D, just like that, going back and forth. So like when I'm warming up, I like to go through T-Hunt and just practice this on terrace. Practice my movement. Going from 2 different angles all the time, making sure I'm staying comfortable with it. It takes a lot of practice, and like I said, it's going to take a lot of situations until you learn, when to use it and when not to use it. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys an example of using an actual quick peek, and I'll show both perspectives. I got my boy Bean hiding in penthouse right now. I told him to try and kill me when I quick peek, just to make this a better example of how difficult it is to land a shot on someone correctly quick peeking. There we go. There we go. So with practice, quick peeking can become a very effective way to gather information. If you practice getting comfortable with the key patterns, you can start using quick peeking in your games. As I said, being able to use quick peeking very effectively depends on how often you try to use it. Because the more often you try and use it, the more you will learn about when you should and when you should not quick peek. But that about wraps up the topic of quick peeking. A really big thanks to my little bro Ben for helping me make this video. I'll leave his YouTube down below, so go check him out. Comment any questions you still have, and I would love to answer them. I'm not sure if I will be making another one of these tip videos. I just see a lot of people die because they don't quick peek properly, so I just wanted to spread some knowledge. Anyways, thanks for watching, and have a good one.